Hey guys, I hope you're doing great. Let me share my screen and then we can start. All right. So today I'm going to discuss step-by-step approach how to deploy the checkpoint firewall from scratch. So if you're planning to deploy the firewall from scratch, you want to do some testing from the checkpoint firewall from scratch. So I will just start those deployment step-by-step process. Hey guys, we're going to understand each and everything in very detail. So this module is basically going to be cover not CCSA. CCSA is not going to be deployment. There is a different module, CCDA, there is a deployment, there is a different module, and CCSC is also going to be available. But in this CCSA course, we are going to understand that different concepts of the checkpoint, licensing, policy layer, managing object, working on the NAT, traffic visibility, security event management, VPN concept, right? Cluster Excel and all. But now, as per the latest deployment strategy, we have the different kind of the approach for the our checkpoint deployment. So I'm going to explain step-by-step process how the checkpoint firewall is going to be deployed. What are the right way of deploying the checkpoint firewall from the scratch? So we'll understand the deployment method. Let's suppose you have the security gateway, we have the management server, and we have the smart console. Then how they are going to communicate to each other, and after communications, how we are going to make them configuration change, how we can deploy the policy, how we can do the routing, everything I'm going to discuss in that. So there are a lot of things, security architecture, you can see, there are the multiple component is going to be happening in checkpoint, the security management server that is known as the SMS. The another component is known as the smart console. The other component is known as the security gateway. So generally in Palo Alto and the FortiGate, you just have a single firewalls. On that single firewall, you are going to do each and everything for the configuration point of view. But in the checkpoint architecture, you are going to find multiple component. You're going to find security management server. That's basically going to host your all database, means whatever you're creating policy, object, this all is going to store in the security management server. A smart console is another tool that is going to help to create all the configurations. So I will discuss more about this. What is a smart console? And security gateway is the actual firewall. But to make any changes in the security gateway, especially for the policy object, and you want to make the any kind of the HA setting and all, you cannot do directly on the security gateway. Security gateway is limited to the, if you want to do the routing, interface configurations, you want to do the ARP entry, other licensing, device management, those things you can do on these particular devices. But the rest thing you have to do via the smart console, and this smart console is going to communicate with the security management server. And this security management server, you're going to do whatever means configuration you're doing here, it is going to sync, and that is going to apply. So we'll discuss about that. I'm not going to discuss about this packet filter firewalls and all. We'll discuss in the separate layer sessions. But what I'm going to cover today, it's all about the deployment. So there is two deployment is going to happen. If you're going to deploy the checkpoint firewall, you can deploy this checkpoint firewall in the open server. Let's suppose you want to deploy the checkpoint firewall in the open server. So you can buy the any servers and you can go and deploy the OVA file or maybe the ISO file on this checkpoint firewall in that server. And based on that, you can just use that. You can also use in the cloud where you can deploy that, or you can just directly buy the for a checkpoint firewall from the any suppliers, or directly from checkpoint sales team, you can connect them and you can find that. So if you're using the direct appliance, means you just purchasing a checkpoint appliance directly as a hardware, then you can deploy for the small business, branch offices, enterprise network security, data center. You can just chassis system, ROG appliance, and more. Means you can deploy as per your business need. It's absolutely fine. Whatever you want to do that, you can do that. But if you want to use the servers, then you have to do the different method of deployment. I will show the live how it is going to deploy in the server in the virtual environment. But if you go for a deployment for the any checkpoint firewall, there is two options. One option is a standalone deployment. Another option is going to be distributed deployment. So in first section, I will going to show this a standalone deployment. Means standalone deployment means your single box is going to act as a security management server, right? And the same box is going to act as your security gateway. Means it's acting as a firewall as well. Means your same firewall is going to act as your SMS, security management server, where all policy, all objects are going to be stored, and the same device going to be act as your security gateway, means as a firewall as well. But if you go for the standalone server, basically you can just create any server, and that server is going to integrate these two features. So you can use the firewalls, which is going to act as a standalone server and security management and security gateway as well. But if you go distributed deployment, then your security management server is going to be one place. Security gateway is going to be another place. See, there is a firewall. So this is going to act as a firewall. This is going to act as a server. And they're going to be connect, means network connection is going to require, means two boxes is needed. Means one box is going to act as a firewall and one box is going to act as a security management server. And then you have to make the connectivity secure internal communications. Based on that, they're going to communicate. So the second deployment is this one. So we'll discuss the first standalone deployment, where my single box is going to act as a server. Even it's going to act as a firewall. And this is the standalone server. Means box is a server which is having the both functionality. Distributed, where I need two box. One box is going to act as a SMS, another is going to act as a firewall. Third mode is a bridge mode deployment. Means if you want to deploy the firewall between the devices where you don't want to change the VLANs, IP and all. So your security gateway, means your firewall is going to act as a transparent mode, and like any traffic you're just sending from that particular firewall, it is going to just inspect. So I'll discuss this all mode later on. But security gateway firewall bridging layer 2 traffic over the IP address with the subnet each side using the same address. Means you don't have to change the IP address both sides, but you can place the as a physical layer of the device as a firewall layer, and you can still inspect the traffic. So let's do the deployment, standalone deployment. So let me show you how we can deploy the standalone deployment in the real life scenario. So you can see we have a lot of labs, and I can go here and just I'm using the Checkpoint firewall labs, and we have a lot of standalone deployment. You can see here we have zone policy. We have the distributed deployment also. You can see here Checkpoint. This is a distributed deployment. This is a quite big lab, so I'm not going to touch these all labs. We'll discuss later, but I want to show you from scratch. So you can see this is Checkpoint lab. There is nothing is connected. So very first thing, I will go here and take one of the node, and that is going to node as a my Checkpoint firewall. So let me see where it is there. Where is this device? Yeah, Checkpoint security gateway. You can see here. I'm going to use the version, very stable version, 81.10. We'll use 82 version as well, 81.20 as well, but I'm going to use this one as a. And I can just Checkpoint firewall, this is a Checkpoint firewall, or I can put as a Checkpoint SG/SMS. So the same box is going to act as a my security gateway, and also it is going to act as a SMS, security management server. So that's why I put as a Checkpoint security gateway and SMS. Means it's a standalone deployment. Within the single box, I'm going to enable all the functionality. I can integrate this box as a HA as well. So, but still, both HA are going to be act as a single entity, but they are having the all feature together. Now, I will just click on the this particular start the button, and we just have to wait, and we'll see what is happening on this particular interface. So I'm using another window PC as well. Why window PC? Because we have to access this because Mac doesn't have the smart console software available for the Mac. That's why I'm using the window PC, where I can install the smart console. Probably I have the smart console here, but I will reinstall the smart console from scratch. So let me uninstall this smart console from this list. So I'm just uninstalling the smart console. I will just do the everything installation from scratch, so you guys will get the right understanding. So I'm uninstalling from the smart console, and why it is required, I will let you know. So let them uninstall. So if you're planning to learn this from scratch, so this is a very good way to learn. So there is no smart console for 81.0. There is a smart console for 82 point something, So we'll leave it. But 81.10, we don't have any smart console on this particular window PC. Okay, so now probably let me see. Still, this is booting up. So we have to wait for a while. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me increase some processing CPU. Let me put as a 8 and RAM as a 9. Okay. Probably it's struggling for the less CPU. Let me try one more time. Sometimes the resource, if we have not right resource for the firewalls, it is not going to boot correctly. So let's wait. It will take a little bit of time, guys. So you have to wait. We cannot do anything unless or until it is going to be completely boot. Once it is going to boot, I will show you what are the all interfaces available on this firewall and how to assign the IP address on the interface. So it's booting up. So now see, so very first thing, once you complete the boot up process, it's asking the username and password. So default username is going to admin. Password is admin123. So I'm just putting the username and password. See, this is showing that security gate means gateway, and this is the default host name. I haven't done anything, but if you want to change, you can change this later. This is just name I given to the my checkpoint firewall as a just for the representations. This is my checkpoint security gateway, SMS and all. But this is something where I have a default information. But if you want to check show interfaces all, right? So you see there are a lot of interfaces. Ethernet 1, you can see Ethernet 2, even you can see Ethernet 0, Ethernet 1 here, Ethernet 0 here. And by default, you're getting this IP address 192.168.0.1. This is a default IP address available, but other interfaces, we don't have any IP address. This having the default loopback address. This is a loopback interface. So if you want to validate the loopback address, you can validate the loopback address. If you want to check any specific IP address, let's suppose by default Ethernet 0 is going to act as a management interface. So I want to see the what is the configuration of the interface of the management IP address. So show interface ATS 0. So you see in this interface, the link is already showing down and the IP address is configured as a 192.168.0.1. So I want to access this firewall with this laptop or might be this window laptop. So how I can access that? Just think about. So I will connect my cloud here. I simply go in cloud here, connect the cloud. After connecting the cloud, I can just connect on the Ethernet interface. This interface will not get direct IP address from the DHCP server because this is not the DHCP enabled interface. So you have to change the manual IP address. This is not correct IP address. So what I can do that by default, my LAN have this IP address. If I go in the LAN, if I just check the if config, you will see that my LAN subnet is from where right now I'm sitting that my LAN subnet is 192.168.1.0/24. So I can just find any random IP address, which is free from the LAN subnet. Even for my PC also, if you go with this PC, and if I show you IP config, this IP config having this IP address. So I will ping any random IP address. So just I will get any free IP, non-pingable IP address, and I will assign to my FortiGate checkpoint firewall. So I'll ping that 192.168.1. Let's suppose 67. So it's not pinging. So I will go and assign this IP address even for the Mac also, because both are in the same network. I will try to ping this IP address, ping 192.168.1.67. It's not pinging. So if it is not pinging, what I can do that I can go on this FortiGate checkpoint firewall, not FortiGate, and I will assign the IP address set interface ATH0 IPv4 address. And what is the address? 192.168.1.67, and you have to give subnet mask. What is subnet mask? 255.255.0. That's all. Gate will configure later on. But for time being, I'm just giving the IP address, and you can just do the save config. Sorry, you need to write save config. And now if you check it, show interface ATH0, you'll see the IP has been assigned on this particular security gateway. Once you assign the IP address, if you try to ping now, it should be reachable. See, I'm able to ping to my security gateway. If I go from this window PC also, I will able to ping because my security gateway Mac and Windows PC and the same network. Now, what is the next step? There is a Gaia portal. Gaia portal is nothing from where you can just manage your security gateway. You can do all the configuration. So how to log in the Gaia portal? You just get this IP address, go in the browser, okay, and type it here, HTTPS, and put the IP address. The moment you log in, you're going to get GUI access of your security gateway. And here you have to give the username and the password. And then after, once you put this username and password, it will go in the setup wizard. This particular Gaia portal, see, this is the Gaia portal, is the operating system. It will go in the setup wizard and it will ask what you want. You want to keep this security gateway as the standalone security gateway, or you want to make as a security gateway and SMS both. This thing we have to understand. So right now I'm in the Gaia. Let me put it here. Now I'm in the Gaia. So I will just log in it here. And the moment you log in it, it will show welcome to the Checkpoint first time configuration widget. And this is the open server. Basically, it's not a hardware appliance. We are in the open server. So if in the open server, we have to define very first time any configuration you want to do that. So I will click, this is my checkpoint version 81.10. I will click next. Then it is asking setup, continue with the R81.10 installation for checkpoint cloud, USB drive, or any existing snapshot. So I don't want to do these all. I want to do the fresh setup. I don't have any cloud integration, not USB drive, not my snapshot. So I want to do the fresh setup. So I'll click next. Here is IP address. Now, if you want to define the default gateway, you can give the default gateway. In my case, it is 192.168.1.1. I can give the default gateway of CLI as well, but I just purposefully leave that. You can use this default gateway. If you want to change the IP address, you can change. We assign this IP address so we can get the GUI access. If I not assign the IP address, this Gaia portal access is never going to be appear in front of me. If you have any IPv6, you can configure that also. We don't have right now. So I will just click next. It is showing that if you want to configure any IP address on the Ethernet one, no. I just want to use the Ethernet 0. This is the configuration for the Ethernet 0, you can see. So Ethernet 1, I don't want to do anything. Go next. Here is a gateway hostname. This is a default hostname. You can see gateway 0000100. But if I want to change my on hostname, so I can just put as a CP SG SMS. This is my hostname, right? So this particular device is going to act as your security gateway and also security management server. And you want to give any DNS server, primary, secondary, you can give it. Let's suppose I want to give 1.1 as a primary, secondary, .8. You can just give that, no problem. And just click next. Now this is the automatic time date. Leave it default. I don't want to change anything. Now, after that, this is going to ask this security gateway or security management. The role you have to select here. So right now it's a security gateway or security management. But if you click next, if you click the multi-domain server, it is going to act as a multi-domain server. But I am going to use as a, either this is going to act as a security gateway and security management, or security management means it can be both or can be single, either security gateway, security management. How it is going to be selected? If you click next, then here you have to check. If you want to keep this particular box as a security gateway, uncheck the security management. So this is not going to store your logs, not going to maintain your database. But if you are doing the standalone deployment, you have to make sure your security gateway and security management both should be there. Security gateway plus security management both should be there. That's why you can see here, listen carefully, security gateway and slash or both is mentioned. Either you can select security gateway or security management, or you can use the both. So here I am using the both. I don't want to change the cluster because if it is going to require the cluster setup, means if you want to build the HA and all, then cluster setup is required. For timing, I don't want the any cluster setup and all. So I can leave the default cluster setup. Okay. So simply I'll click next. And if you want to define any kind of the new password, user login detail, right now it's admin username and admin123 is the password, default one. But define a new user, you want to define any new user, like let's suppose I want to define as a uh, test1, okay, and the password I want to define anything else. So I can define this also, but I don't want to define right now. We'll do later. There is other way also to define that. So I can just click next, and I don't want to change the IP address. GUI client can log in the security management server any IP address. Means anyone want to log in the security management server. If you want to give the any specific IP address, you can give that. Any network you want to permit, you can do that. If you're leaving the any IP address, means anyone can log in your management server, or you can give the any IP range also. So I can give any IP address. I don't want to give network range and all, but you can give that. Now you have to finish that. Once you finish, it will take some time, and after finish, the firewall is going to reboot the stage. And once it is going to come online, then your checkpoint security standalone deployment is going to be completed. So we have to wait 4 to 5 minutes, and then it is going to be complete. So let's wait, guys. We have to wait. Security gateway deployment is in progress. Then it will complete the security management. So security management in progress, security gateway completed, verification configuration done. So it will take few more minutes. Compatibility package checks, it will take a little bit time, and then finalizing the final configuration, then it is going to reboot a stage. So we have to wait patiently when you're going to deploy the firewall. So you can see the gateway and management server all done, but this time it will take a little bit more time. So it's a 44%. Still, we have to wait a little bit more. It's a 64%, 70%. Let's wait for a while. We are about to complete it. Okay, so it's done. Now it's doing the final configuration, that is finalizing the configuration. So you can see there is a mention that this will take several minutes. So still we have to wait for a few minutes. Then it is going to complete. Then your firewall is going to reboot, and then your Gaia portal is going to be login. Then your actual how to create the policy, how to take a dashboard access, log, everything is going to come in a picture. At this stage, you cannot do anything. You are going to get only the Gaia portal access, means your security gateway access. But to log in the SMS, to create the policy, there is a different way we can just confirm the setup, and then it is going to be possible. So let's wait for a more minute. Okay. So few more minutes. Once it is going to be completed, it is going to reboot the firewall. Okay, so you can see this is going to be restart now. So just click restart, then your firewall is going to reboot. You can see. So now your installation is done. Then it is going to reboot. So every firewall you are going to boot, either it's a standalone deployment or even you are going for the any kind of the distributed deployment. In all scenarios, this setup you have to perform. While doing the setup, you have to define this particular SG is going to act as a my security gateway only, or it is going to act as a my security gateway plus SMS. So those things you have to define. So let's wait. It's booting up. We are about to complete this setup. See, so almost we are ready because you can see the Gaia portal, we have the login prompt access. But let's wait for the CLI to be completed before I go log in that, because CLI is still showing it's booting up. So wait for a few more seconds, then it is going to be also ready. So looks is completed. So now you can go and put it admin 123. So see, your hostname has been changed, and you can just run a command show interface eth0. So you're going to get this IP address, right? And the interface is up, and also your hostname has been changed. So now if you go and log in this Gaia portal again, if you log in this Gaia portal, you'll see you're going to get the firewall access. This is the open server. This is your host name, and you can just create the network management. You want to create the interfaces. See, these interfaces, this IP assigns. You have any ARP. There is a very good concept of the ARP as well. Means how proxy ARP is going to be configured, how the static ARP is going to be configured. So we'll discuss later on. DHCP server, we have the static route. Let's suppose you want to give the default route. So by default, see, I'm not able to change anything here. So because it's locked by the GUI. So if you want to, right now the configuration is someone is doing via the CLI. That's why your GUI is going to be locked. So the moment you're doing the CLI, your GUI is going to lock. But if you want to override that, so you have to click on here and you want to override lock from the CLI. Yes, I want. Then you can make any changes. So you can see default gateway you define as this is going to create one of the default route. By default, any routing you want to do the static, you can do it here. Any proxy time, you want to do any kind of the SNMP, cloning group, you want to session crash data, you want to run any kind of the OSP or BGP, you can do the configuration here on this particular Gaia portals. But where is okay, the policy, object, NAT, these all options are not available. HA, these all are not available. You can manage the license. License also, you can see that this license is available till 6th of May, right? This is the 15 days license. So we can just play around with this firewall till 16 days. You want to do the snapshot management, you want to do the system backup. We'll discuss later. There's a smart console. We'll discuss what is a smart console. This need to be downloaded. So we need a smart console as well, because if you want to access this particular checkpoint firewall, you want to do any kind of the policy, then object management, this cannot be done via the Gaia portal. You have to land via the smart console. So smart console is not supported by the Mac. This is the exe file. So this cannot be installed in the Mac. So if even I download this smart control from here, let me show you. Because I'm in the Mac and you download this smart console, this is going to generate the exe file. This cannot be installed. So I don't want to waste my time. So I have the window PC here. I can simply go and log in the Gaia portal from here. 192. This is going to be 67. So to do any policy changes, I need to go and download the smart console from my window machine. Even in the lab also, I can connect the window PC here. If I connect the window PC on this interface, or might be some other interface, I can do that. But I'm using the dedicated PC. So now if I'm going here, go down, and I can just go here and download the smart console. So right now download button is disabled. So you can just unlock it here. And now you can just download the smart console. So see, this exe file is getting downloaded. It's a 50 MB file. It will take few seconds and then it is going to be downloaded. So almost done. Now it's open it. And this is my latest one. Let me install this file. I'll click on it. So this is getting started. I need to install. And I have read and agree with the checkpoint. I can start the installation process. Let me, what is the error? I'm getting that. Okay, so there is a one more smart console installed here. Let me uninstall it. Let me close this. Let me uninstall first. Okay. Once we'll uninstall, then I will try to install. This is another version running, so might be it's conflicting that. Okay, so now it's finished. So there's no smart console now available. Let me try to install again. Download smart console. Click OK. Now I read that. Install this. Okay, why it's creating this issue? Let me change the directory. This should be not a case. The installation directory provided not empty might contain the previous installation file. To proceed with the installation, please clean up directory. Okay, so there is some directory issue because I already have that. Let me go control panel. I don't have any file. Let me see that. Or probably I need to restart the laptop. I need to restart the laptop because we don't have the any directory installed here. Let me uninstall this checkpoint identity collector as well. No other checkpoint software available. So I believe recently I just install that, uninstall and install that. Due to that, it's conflicting the installation process. So I need to restart this laptop. Let me try one more time, else I will restart this laptop and we'll check it again. Let me try one more time. Okay. Okay, so I need to restart this laptop. It's not working. So give me some time. We have to wait. Restart anyway. So let's wait, guys. Once this laptop is going to restart, I will try again. Probably it's not allowing to install the software due to the conflict. So the PC is restarting. This is actually I had taken the remote access of this PC from the Mac. So it is getting restarted in front of me. Once the restoration is going to be means the restart process is going to complete, I will take again remote login and we'll continue from here. Okay, so my PC is on. Give me 1 second. Let me check it. What is the IP? IP must be same, 155. So let me check IP config. Yes, 55. This is the HP. Let me put the password. One more region could be that PC have the 𝗬𝗀 connectivity, so that could be also issue, but let me check. Let's wait. Yeah, I want to continue. Password, I want to give the password. Why it's creating the issue? 55. Okay. Okay, now it's taking the password. Okay. So now I'm in the PC. Let me check my 𝗬𝗀 connected or not. Okay, so let me first log out this particular one, two, uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this 𝗬𝗀 is connected. Hmm. All right, so hold on. Let me try to install it again. Else I need to figure out the 𝗬𝗀 password. So this PC have the 𝗬𝗀 installed, and sometime it's create an issue. Okay, let me try one more time. So this I need to be 𝗬𝗀 must be need to be disabled. So give me 1 second, guys. Unfortunately, we have some issues, but let me fix these issues. Give me 1 second. Why this 𝗬𝗀 is not disabling? Because I need to use the password. Password of the 𝗬𝗀 must be I need for the logout. All right, all right. So earlier there was a okay. So guys, just wait for a few minutes. I'm doing in the backend. I'm just trying to log in the 𝗬𝗀 and I'm just getting the password. Once I'll get the password, I will just simply log out this and then I will install it. Unfortunately, we have issue, but it's a good also. So let me try to put it here. Okay. Let me log in. All right. So I need to go GCC client connector portal. I need to figure out the password to log out the 𝗬𝗀 for my user. So I will find the user. Pankaj. I'm searching in the somewhere else. Okay. And let me check apply. What is that app profile we have? Please bear with me, guys. There is some issue, so I need to fix it. Let me check what is the app profile I'm using. It's a tunnel 2.0 app policy. So tunnel 2.0 for the window app policy. Let me go here and password. Okay. Logo password. I got it. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so let me log out this first of all GCC, and then I will back to again 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's wait. It's getting logging out, and then let's see that. Probably once it is going to log out, then we'll install this. Let me see what happening. Yeah, finally it's a logout. Okay, so finally we log out from this particular GCC client connector. Now let me try again. So I'm trying to again install this particular smart console. Let me try to install. The installation directory provided is not empty. How to clean up? Let me install the previous version. Let me try to install this one. Smart console. This is not just clear issue then. Let me try to install. So this is showing that it is not empty, but I'm not install any other location. And without this smart console, we cannot proceed. So earlier it was installed, but for some reason, it's not installing. Let me delete the temp file. Try this again. Temp file has been deleted. And also, if I talk about the smart console, this is one of the exe. Let me run as administrator. This software must be installed, okay? And it's not a rocket science. It's very easy to launch the software, but somehow this PC have the cache and it's not allowing to install. I was suspecting the GSQL issue, but something it looks different issue. The install directory is not empty. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me try to clean up this laptop itself. Oh my God. I have another way. If you want to log in this, okay. So even if you want to log in with the browser, this is Smart Console. Even you don't want to install and you want to log in with the browser, there is another way we can log in it. You just have to go here. Browser-based Smart Console also can be possible. I can go here and put it Smart Console. So you see this Smart Console. This is the browser base, and I can just simply log in, admin, and you have to give the password. So this is also smart console. This is the browser-based smart console. And here you can just create all the policy, whatever you want to security policy, everything you can do that. But unfortunately, I don't know why laptop is getting that issue. So let me do one thing. Let me shut down this laptop first. because it's happening very weird. So this is the smart console. You can see. So this smart console basically this is the just a Gaia portal. Here you can do everything related to the checkpoint firewall regarding the device management, license management, OSPF, BGP configurations, anything else. But if you want to do that, any policy changes, any log you want to monitor, anything you want to manage the settings, this is not enabled on this particular UI portal. This requires the software. For that, you require the smart console. So this option is going to be visible only in the apps. So I'm trying to install that app. But here, if I want to create any policy, so I can just simply go here and I can create different policy. By default, it's a cleanup policy is there. There is a stealth role, implies role. We can create the explicit role. We can create the policy layer. We can do the natting. You can create the SSL inspection policy as well. So we have a lot of things to create. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm checking that in my laptop, why this is not getting installed. Let me try one more time in backend directly to the laptop. Let me see what is happening here. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me check one more time. So I can just demonstrate final version of this particular smart console. I'm just trying to install. I will try this last time. Okay, so unfortunately, I'm not able to install for some reason, but yes, what I'm trying to make a point. Next video, I will make sure that smart console is going to be installed and I will show you how it is going to be installed. But this smart console can be used from the browser as well, and you can create the all security policy. You want to create any object like network object, services, TCP, UDP, this all is possible you can do from here as well. So in standalone deployment, in short, your single device is going to act as your security management server. You're also going to act as a security gateway. And you require the smart console. From there, you can do any policy, NAT, HA configuration. If you go here, you want to build even HA. So right now, HA is not possible. If you go here and you want to create the HA, so some feature is not visible here, but once I log into the app, we'll see even we create the HA. You want to manage the object. Right now, it's not visual. You want to publish any changes. Let's suppose I am making any change here. Let me go here. Let's suppose I want to make changes in the cleanup rule. Let's suppose I want to make as a action as a, and instead of drop, I want to make as a allow, or I can just want to add a new rule. So test. It's going to be any, let's suppose any destinations you want to allow, right? Any services. So you can publish the change from here. After publishing the change, you have to install this policy. So right now, policy installation option is not coming here. You can publish the change, but install policy option is not coming here. So it will show correctly on the your software, which I'm unable to install it. So let me check why it is not working, and I will fix that, and then we can just continue from here. Definitely, I will show you how the distributed deployment is also going to be happen, where I can create the distributed deployment setup. And based on that, we can just do end-to-end deployment. Thank you so much, guys.